Episode 8, the Season 1 finale of Paradise, is 42 to 46 minutes long, and we find out everything we need to know. Now, this series has been renewed for a second season. The interesting thing about this episode is that the man who kept the secrets is, somewhat of an interesting way to put things. I will say that we start off 12 years earlier where we see the construction beginning on the area of the mountains of the Colorado, where we see everything happening. A worker finds out that it's not safe to, build there because of the arsenic sulfite or, whatever's in the mountains. He tries to go to work the next day and he can't get in. His access has been revoked because he knows too much. He gets let go from his job, but he doesn't want to leave because he's taking a liking to another man who works with him named Adam. Pretty sure there's a love story there, which is the reason that he wants to work and go back. And then when he's, fired, he tries to put the pieces together, tries to find out who's behind it all, what's going on. And he sees that President Cal Bradford is the one behind it. And then he comes up with an idea to print a 3D gun, does that, kind of makes his way onto the White House lawn and kind of shoots at the president. But then, of course, we know Xavier Collins takes the bullet. This opens up a whole can of worms because we see little Easter eggs over the past 7 episodes that was planted there for us. We just didn't realize it until now. We find out who did it, and we find out the reasoning why. I don't do spoilers in my review. I will just let you watch the episode to figure it out for yourself. But the thing about it is that the reveal of who did it and why, I was like, the motive? Okay, that's the reason, because you think the president did that is the reason behind you getting rid of him? I mean, this entire time, this person was right in front of our eyes. And then we see Sinatra kind of talking with Jan, the other agent that kind of has Xavier Collins' daughter, held hostage. And, they text back and forth. Sinatra calls Jan and is like, listen, hey, don't do anything crazy. I'll take care of Collins. Just, don't do anything to the girl. And Jan's like, no, I just want the we. What? Like, the whole aspect of you wanting the video game system, the Wii, is the reason that you did what you had to do? That story made no sense at all. Okay, I'll just leave that at that. And The Man Who Kept the Secrets, the title of this episode, refers to a book about Peter Lawford, who was in the Rat Pack with Frank Sinatra. The 812092 is an area in the library where we see Collins go there, and we see that Cal Bradford, the president, put so much detail and information of how actually where to go and get out of this underground city and out in the open, the actual truth about who's alive, where Terry is, where Xavier's wife is, and everything. And it's like, and then it's like, craziness happens. Collins goes to Sinatra, tells her what happened, who did it, why. He's like, it's a long story. And then he kind of shoots her 2 guards, threatens her, and then something happens to Collins now, and it's like, wait a minute, Jesus Christ, what is happening? All the dominoes are starting to fall in a way where you're like, wow, I didn't expect that at all. And when you realize who done it, why they did it, it's like, okay, I feel like the writers had to flesh out the story a little bit more. Not only that, this kind of person who did it brought someone down with them who was an accomplice, and that accomplice was the waiter in the diner who loved the cheese cashew French fries. So it's like, whoa, and it's like all this to do because of you liked someone, which is really, really interesting. And then Xavier gets help from Robinson, and it's just like whole escalation happening. And then we see that Collins gets the coordinates of how to go out into the real world now. And I feel like that's going to be season 2, and that is how season 1 of Paradise ends. A really, really well done season, well done story. Loved how it progressed into everything. A lot of little Easter eggs from episode 1 until the ending, which now, if you watch it back, you'll see what's going on. You'll see the person who did it, why they did it right in front of our eyes, how everything intertwines. It's really well done. I will say episode 7 of this season was the best written television I've ever seen in a very, very long time. Just that episode alone should get this show nominated for a lot of television awards. If this first season of Paradise does not get nominated for any television awards, I will be very, very surprised. And come award season, I feel like Sterling K. Brown, James Marsden will get recognition for their roles in this, as will the supporting characters as well. And this will be probably nominated for Best Drama Series. And if it does, if you haven't seen season 1, do so, because season 2 is going to get a little bit better by word of mouth. People will be talking about season 1 within moving forward into season 2. Season 2 was actually greenlit, I believe, after episode 6, just before episode 7. And like I said, episode 7 was a very, very good written television show episode. And it just, episode 8 kind of dropped the ball a little bit. Loved how everything was done, but I feel like the writers kind of didn't know what to do. They had to pick someone to, be the person that got rid of the president. And then it's like, oh, okay, that's the reason you did it, because of this. And it's like, could have been done a little bit better. But I loved how the show was done. I loved the aspect of it. Very new, fresh idea, which we really don't see in television or even movies for that matter. But it was really, really fun. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about the entirety of season 1 of Paradise. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Who was your favorite character? Who was your least favorite character? Do you like the way season 1 ended? What are you anticipating for season 2? How do you think season 2 will play out? And who do you think will be the big players in season 2? And do you think that, Xavier will actually find his wife? And do you think that we'll see new actors, big name actors in a show? And do you think that this will move past season 2 and we'll get a 3rd season? Or do you think everything will wrap up and, there are more secrets to be unraveled, and it's just going to be even crazier? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next review video. And thank you so much for tuning into my episodic weekly reviews of season 1 of Paradise, and I'll see you all for season 2.